All right, so today I'm going to make some hamburger buns. Now, what I'm going to start off with is I have about a cup of warm milk. It's not hot milk, it's warm milk. Think baby bath. I'm going to pour this in here. And then from here, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of yeast. And I'm going to add a teaspoon of sugar. And I'm going to kind of give that a little stir. And now I'm going to add about a cup to a cup and a half of flour. We'll start off with a cup. It looks like it's going to be about right. Yeah. It's almost like pancake mix. That's perfect right there. All right, now at this point, I'm going to add 2 eggs that I've beaten up. These eggs are at room temperature. Do not pull them right out of your refrigerator, break them, and throw them in here. It'll be too cold. So I got 2 eggs at room temperature. I want to mix that in. I have a 1/4 cup of melted butter. And I'm going to add this in now. I want to get all this mixed in really good. All right, now I'm going to add a cupful at a time of flour, and I'm going to keep mixing it until I get a ball going. And I'm going to speed this process up for you. As it's starting to get thicker and you can start to see that it's starting to try to pull away from the side of the bowl, I'm going to add a little bit less and less flour at a time and slowly bring flour into this. All right, at this point, I'll take a little bit of flour, put it over here, and then I can take my flour and take it off my wooden spoon. I'm going to put some flour, about not even quite a 1/4 cup. I want to kind of put it down here on the bottom, kind of push up. And I want to start just bringing it in. All right, so we got our ball going. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this bowl out. I'm going to add a little bit of oil and I'm going to coat it. All right, so bowl's clean. Now, if you look, there's still a little bit of dryness on here, but the bottom is kind of sticky. They'll be fine for this bread. So same as usual, I'm going to kind of put it down here, spin it around. And I'm going to let this rise for about an hour in my oven that I preheated for like a couple minutes, just enough to get it hot to about 100 degrees. And I'm going to let it sit in there for an hour and rise. All right, so after an hour, our dough is risen and it's ready to go. So all we're going to do is we're going to just kind of push it down. And we're going to add some flour to our board here. And just kind of roll it on out of there. And we're going to just kind of work it in a little bit. All right, so once you get your dough ball ready, what I'm going to do is I'm only making 3. So I'm going to just kind of cut it up into thirds. It ain't got to be perfect. I'm going to just kind of work those in little balls. Start getting them ready, flatten them out where they're almost taking the shape. Now I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to bring these in. Now all I've done here is I've taken some aluminum foil and I've made some little rings with them. And what this will do is it'll help me define the bottom of my hamburger buns. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of oil on this sheet. I want to kind of rub it in with paper towel. I'm going to take the cornmeal and put it on the bottom. All right, and I'm going to take some oil, put it on a paper towel, and I'm going to coat the inside of these rings I made with oil. And this should help it from not sticking while cooking. So we're going to just rub that in there. I'm making 3, so if you want to make more, these are about 4 to 4.5 inch rings. So you can make them smaller or double the recipe if you want to make more than 3. I want to set those in there. And then all I'm going to do is kind of just pull these out to where they're about the same size, where I can just kind of set it up in there inside that ring, just like so. They don't have to be perfectly shaped yet, because what we're going to do from here is we're going to let these rise for another hour. Kind of push that down a little bit. And I'll show you what they look like in an hour. Alright, so we've had our hamburger buns here rising for about an hour. And what I'm going to do here is I've got a egg wash. It's just an egg with about a tablespoon of milk added to it. And what I want to do is I want to brush the tops of these. Now we try not to get going, don't want to put too much on. We're just kind of giving it a little coating. And what this is going to do, well, you'll see when it comes out, it'll give that nice shine to the tops here. And these are going to come out really big. So this ought to be pretty interesting. See how these hamburgers are going to look. So as soon as I get done doing this, we're going to pop them in the oven. I've got preheating at 450 degrees, and I'm going to cook them for probably about 25 minutes. And then I'll show you what they look like when they come out. All right, so it's been about half an hour now, and our hamburger buns are done. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little rings I made off of them. And I'm going to set these off to the side. I'm going to bring one. So this is what it's going to look like. And then from here, all I got to do is cut straight down the middle. Maybe. There we go. And that's what the inside of our hamburger patties look like, buns look like. And if you watch our next video, you can watch the hamburgers we're going to make with them. Thanks for watching. Hamburger Buzz 5922. Cut.
Hamburger Buns taking 930.
All right, you done? Yep. Let's do this. All right, so it's been about an hour now, and our hamburger. Hour. You be burnt to a crisp.